Hello, I'm Tim Alcorn, and I want to take you through my 2019. In order to understand how I started 2019, you have to understand how I ended 2018. Last year, 2018, I ran for Milpitas City Council, my hometown, and I suffered a brutal loss. I don't really talk about this much, but I finished dead last. That was hard. I had a few key endorsements, and I thought that would carry me, and I kind of thought I had it in the bag, and I was very wrong. After that, I had two options. I could take the defeat, learn from it, and move on, or I could wallow in self pity and dream about what could have been. And I definitely did option two for about a month or two. I didn't really want to talk about it with anyone. I didn't want to discuss it. I was embarrassed. And I did that for a while. And I carried that into 2019. But something changed. I went to the swearing in ceremony for the winners of the 2018 election because they're people I respected and I wanted to support them. It was hard. It was hard sitting out there thinking, if I just worked harder, this could have been me. If I just wanted it more, this could have been me. But I was happy for them. They're people I respect. They're people I trust. And I'm happy that they made it in. But after a while, it does you no good to think about what could have been and wallow in your own self-pity. So I decided to take what I've learned and try and move on. I applied for the city's planning commission. For those of you who don't know what a planning commission does, they approve all of the site development permits in the city, all the major site development permits. They do a lot more than that, but that's the gist of what they do. It's the base. In other words, they approve every major structure in the city, every new major structure in the city. And I decided that I wasn't done trying to serve my community, and I wanted to do something with this skill that I got. So I applied. I was appointed by the mayor and confirmed by the city council 5-0. And I felt good. The real work was just beginning. I knew I could serve my city and give back. But something else happened in 2019, towards the middle. I went through a pretty traumatic life change for me. And I became single. And that was hard. But learning from my defeat in the city council race, I tried to look at the positives. It forced me to find out exactly who I was as an individual. And it forced me to address personal issues that I never had to even think about before. But it was hard. It's not something that's easy to move on from. But eventually I did. Towards the beginning of 2019, I was doing a lot of video production and media production, music production. I've been making music as a hobby for years. In 2017, I started my own label, my own music label. And, it's an independent label. It's very small. And I got my music out onto streaming services like Apple Music and Spotify, which was really exciting. And I decided that I wanted to do something with this skill that I've acquired of media production. So what I did is I started my own company. I started my own media production company. And surprisingly, this year it took off. I worked on a film that ended up making it to some movie theaters. That was exciting. Once I saw some of my work go to movie theaters and no one really complained about it, then I kind of knew I could make it. And it was reaffirmed when that piece of work went to Amazon Video and all the reviews were great. And I kind of realized, like, I can do this. So I got called in to work on some pretty high profile jobs, and things have just been kind of progressing through there. And it's very exciting. At the beginning of the year, my sister asked me what my goal for the year was in one word. And my answer was progress. I was determined to have progress through 2019. And I did not know what that would look like. And to be honest with you, if I knew what it would look like, I probably would have chosen another word. But nonetheless, it was progress. I found out more about myself. I found out I could capitalize on skills that I had. And I definitely moved to the next stage in life, if not a couple stages in 2019. I think I grew more this year than I have in any other year. One thing I learned in 2019 was I learned how to fail up. There's this quote from Stephen Colbert, and he said, "Love the thing that you wish didn't happen." And what that means is love the hardships. If you're going to appreciate life, you can't just appreciate the good things. You have to appreciate all of it, including the bad things that you wish didn't happen. When you experience those things, two things happen. You learn more, and you become stronger. But also, you have the ability to see it in others. And you can make a difference. So you love the things that you wish did not happen. I learned that failure is not a roadblock. It's actually a stepping stone. When you fail, all you're doing is you're learning how not to do something. It's a part of life. In my opinion, if you're not failing, you're not trying. And it's hard. Don't get me wrong. Failure is hard. But it's also the best teacher. What do you do when you fall off the horse? You get back on. 2019 for me was progress. I just had no idea what kind of progress it would be. But I'm grateful. I learned a lot, and I moved on. My goal for 2020, in one word, is accomplishments. I don't want to let 2020 slide by and have nothing to show for it. I want 2020 to be about my accomplishments. I want to take everything I learned from 2019 and apply it and get things done. Another thing I did in 2019 was I changed my major from sociology to administration of justice. And if you don't know what administration of justice is, it's basically a sociology degree and a criminal justice degree smashed into one. It was very interesting to me. So I changed my major, and I set aggressive academic goals for myself to finish as soon as possible. If you're still watching right now, thank you for watching through the whole video. This is not always interesting to people, but just remember, it's okay to fail, as long as you fail up. And you move on. Progress is just as important as accomplishments. Progress is where the real work happens. I'm excited for what's going to come in 2020. I have big things planned. So if there's one bit of advice I can give, always try. And if you fail, fail up. Get back on the horse. Move on. Don't make the same mistake twice. I lost a lot in 2019. But I also gained so much. And I'm grateful. Thanks for watching.